Alright, so I just proved to my mother that I apparently can answer yes to a question that would be in a, like, software development job interview with this drawing on the whiteboard. Basically, I had memorized how to connect to a database securely in PHP, and that's what this is. I was drawing it to explain my understanding in object-oriented programming that I newly have. But basically, this is that's what I'm going to be talking about. The how to connect and utilize data from a MySQL database with PHP, mind you. So I'm going to erase what I have here because I feel like I should start from scratch. So there aren't many tutorials online, or at least there aren't that I could find, that directly tell me how to be secure about connecting to a PHP, or connecting to a MySQL database utilizing PHP. From the ground up, mind you. Modern PHP has a great thing called prepared statements, and that is going to be what I'm going to be demonstrating in this video. Basically, to start a SQL connection, you need to make a variable. I'm going to call it con with two n's. And that is going to equal a function. I might be getting this one wrong, but I have it in a config file most of the time, so it's fine. But I think the gist of it is MySQLi underscore connect. And then you have your credentials and database and whatnot. I'm just going to do a user variable that would be predefined with the username, and a password variable called pass, which would be predefined with a password to connect to a database with that given user that I have previously set up. But basically, we now have this prepared connection to the database. What we can then do with the con variable is actually assign a new variable called statement, which I'm signifying with stmt, to equal con running, signified by a dash and an angle bracket in the formation of an arrow pointing to the right. And then you write the function in that variable. So in our use cases, we would want to use prepare. And then we're going to put our SQL statement. Now, you can select asterisk from, let's move to a new line because, well, let's wrap the text as most text editors would call it. We can wrap the text and say from users where. Now, what would you think we do this with? Would you think we do this by now in the procedural way of doing this, we would be doing this like this. We would break it, concatenate it with the username or the user variable, and then we would end the concatenation and start up this, only for me to realize that there's nothing after this that I want to add. Like, maybe you would want to add a limit after that, and that's why you would add more string information, but this is not good. This allows for SQL injection, and we don't want that here. What we do want is the way that it would be done securely with prepared statements. So instead of having user here equal a variable directly, we have it equal a question mark. And then we close the statement and the function. Now that's prepared with an empty slot that will be negated as an instruction. Now we can do statement, again signified by stmt because we're referring to this variable. We can then do that angle bracket arrow again and call the bind param. And that will allow us to signify first how many things we have by doing a string with how many there are with the number of characters there are. So I'm going to put S because that's what I know how to use, and I think it's I for the index, but you want to do S for of the table. So we only have one input, so I'm only putting one S in that first parameter. Then we're going to put a comma, and the variable that goes into that S. If we were to add more variables, so like there was a limit and then a question mark for an integer to limit the database results to, we would put SS, and then first would be the user, and then second would be the limit number. But we're only doing one here, so that's what this is. So that's where you put your username variable, and that's how you don't get SQL injection happening. Naturally, we want to get the results from this. So how do we do that? Well, for any SQL statement, even if it's just an insert, we want to do this all. And then we want to do statement, arrow sign, and then execute. Quite literally, just execute the statement. And then the empty angle brackets, because there are no parameters that are required for this. Now you're thinking, where do we get the result? What's the result? Is that statement? Is there a method that we can call in statement? Yes. Let's make a new variable called result. That variable is going to equal statement variable running the function get underscore result. Now that's a function that just returns the result, so we don't need any parameters in the parentheses. Now, great, we have the result. What do we do with it? To make it an array, which is really useful for consistent results or result rows, we would do first I need to say something. There's a concept of rows that I need to talk about. So each result is a row. So sometimes we need the number of rows in order to do a few simple math problems on them, and then, for example, get a page number system working. So in order to get the result rows, we do this. We go result. Let's make a variable rows equal to result, and then num rows, and then we put the semicolon, because this isn't a function. This is simply a value that the result variable has in the object-oriented programming sense. I don't quite understand that part about it, but what I do understand is that it works for getting the number of result rows. So that's great for since we're not using limit here, we can tell how many actual users we have, even if the ID is skipping numbers, because we deleted some users in the database. Now, we don't actually care about the num rows right now, because we're not making a pagination system. What we do care about is displaying things. Now, that is how we most easily do that, is with a while statement. I don't quite understand while yet, but I will in the future, and that is something we need to do a function on this result, because it's not a parsable array yet. Well, to get a parsable array, we need to make row equal to result fetch assoc. And that's, I think, for association. All I know right now is that it is how you get an array out of a MySQL result from prepared statements. Echo. Do a square bracket user, because that is the column that the information we want is on. My brain hurts.